subscribe, support, stay positive. Boom! Just a second. Scoot that up there a little bit. I apologize, folks. Okay, folks. It's me, Tommy, NC2010, and welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. This past Sunday was the Super Bowl. The Patriots won. And you know what? Ugh, I don't care. Let me strip this thing off. Shoot. That felt like it was a dreadish on me there for a second. Ooh. Jesus, feels better. Okay, folks. How are you doing there today? And welcome back. I feel better, folks. You know that? I feel a heck of a lot better. This is natural for me. Okay, sorry. Okay. I know. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. So, welcome back to another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. So, our next segment is, what was the segment again, Anthony? It slipped my mind.
It was the, what have we been up to?
What's new with you?
What's new?
Our newest segment is, what's been with you? Let's start off with Anthony. What's been up with you, Anthony? Sorry!
The same old, you know. I've just been editing vlogs and making videos and composing music.
Okay. Who else is next? Who is with? Oh, by the way, just to let you know, folks, my special guest for tonight is the Fluffy Gamer. He's friends with Wet Movie One, Cool Duder, and the whole crew.
And
so
Cinema
he's my guest. Huh?
And Cinema Stalker.
And Cinema Stalker also. Who else is in that? Who's in the hangout with us? Is that wait a minute. Get this right. Okay, yes. Eddie. How was your week?
Wow. What's new with you, Eddie? Well, I just went down and filmed my newest episode. That was down in Wallingford, Seattle. Filmed a couple parks down there. One of those was Gasworks Park. It's an old abandoned coal gasification plant back when they had gas lights here in Seattle. So eventually, when the factory shut down, they abandoned it and turned it into a public park. So that's pretty cool. Come by my channel, check that out, Eddie Explores.
And also, Mark, how have you been? Mark?
Yeah, I've been doing fine, Tommy.
Yes, how have you been?
Well, I've got some videos to edit. I uploaded my 1000 vlog, and now I'm officially a brony, My Little Pony fan.
Oh, okay. So
Tommy,
what's
don't judge me, viewers, because I don't fucking care. Sorry.
Ooh, be careful, Mark. Watch the language.
I'm sorry.
I understand. We understand that.
Ooh, Mark's a potty mouth.
Okay, and he can't stop. He can't contain himself, folks. He's been shaking so much since we brought up this topic. How have you been, Sega Camp?
I've been good lately. I'm looking forward to April, by the way. As you see, this little section of mine is just this ridiculous little self-promotion place that I'm setting up with Mario Golf Acapellas. This will be April, everybody. I'm finally having a deadline set for April now. Please feel free to please feel free to subscribe. I'm trying to aim for 300 subs. It'll be awesome.
Okay.
Don't forget, Tommy, the segment's what's new with you, not how you been.
Oh, what's new with you? I apologize. Okay. So what's new with you? What's new with you, Sam?
I'll tell you what, Tommy, it's been a while since I uploaded a video, but I'm planning on a big vlog for the next one. And I'll tell you what, I'm very happy I found this flat cap, courtesy And thanks, man. I'm also very happy that we got a new guest on tonight. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Thank you. And also, just to let you know, folks, that there will be, for you Patreons, since you are new patrons, there will be a little behind the scenes of what happened before the show started tonight with Fluffy Gamer. And we got into an interesting topic about a certain person, popular YouTuber, and about his new epic movie. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to put your hands together for Fluffy Gamer.
Well,
Don't forget to ask him, what he's been up to.
So, Fluffy Gamer, what have you been up to?
Well, I actually just got through hitting up the swap meets earlier today. The swap meet that I go to at the Kobe swap meet, I'm always running into Pat. I think I'm his #1 stalker.
Okay. So, Fluffy Gamer, what inspired you to be here on YouTube?
Well, actually, it wasn't my idea to begin with. It was actually my buddy's idea. We had gone out to Vegas once, almost a year ago, and I was telling him about how I'm collecting retro games, where I'm finding them, and he was actually intrigued by it. So when we were out there in Vegas, we actually hit up a bunch of thrift stores, and I was showing him games. Like I'd find games for like $1 or $2, and I'd look online and go, look, this is worth like $10, $15. And he was hooked ever since. So he came up with the idea because I was telling him how I watch a lot of YouTube channels, like retro gaming channels, and he was like, we need to do that. So he came up with the idea of the Goodwill Hunters. I became the Goodwill Phil, and he was the other Goodwill Phil, which ended up becoming the OGP.
Now, I understand there's a lot of duos here on YouTube, guys that really work off of each other. Now, for instance, the old Don and Murph, they split apart. They haven't been those two haven't worked with forever.
Yeah.
And I'd say there's a lot of duos that have been here on YouTube that have broken apart.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that does happen. It just happened to me about 3 weeks ago.
What happened with you and Goodwill Hunting?
Mr. OGP and me, I'm not really sure, to be honest, but he says there was things that I was doing that was really bugging him, and instead of coming to me and letting me know that something was bothering him, he basically made it public all over Facebook, putting me down, making me look bad, calling me a loser, talking about how he made the show. Oh, hold on a second.
Hey, big guy, how you doing?
Hi. How's it going?
Do you smoke cigarettes?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to have
You
that
got
TPS
here,
report in on
Tommy.
Monday. Yeah, I need you to come
Yeah.
in on Sunday.
Like I said, I'm at work. But yeah, I don't know exactly what went down, but there's things that apparently I did that he did not like. He didn't address it with me, but he made it public. Basically try to make me look bad. So I ended up just, saying, you know what, you don't want to be friends, that's fine. I ended up leaving the Goodwill Hunter channel because that was his creation. He created it. But together, within almost a year, we actually were able to, get a good fan base, and we were actually, getting pretty close to 2,000 subscribers, which apparently he says was all him because everybody watches it for him, which apparently is not the case because I just started my own channel, which is the Fluffy Gamer channel, and I now have about 416 subscribers after about 3 weeks, and I've only posted 4 videos so far.
Now, I understand that you go to like Goodwills and you go to these swap places. What is it like to go there? Do you have any crazy stories, like weird stuff that's ever happened to you going there while trying to collect these games?
Nothing really weird, but I do come across every now and then really nice scores. Like I found a TurboGrafx system, which is worth about $110, $120. Picked it up for $20. Like just recently, about 3-4 months ago, at the Kobe swap meet, I found a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 for the Super Nintendo, which is about a $40 game. I picked that up for $4 from somebody that was just trying to get rid of their stuff. And for me, it's all about the thrill of the hunt because you never know what you're going to find, and every now and then you come across something that's of value at it for a very cheap price. I'm also picking up like PC games, which I don't play PC games, but I do know that there's value to some of the games. For example, a couple months ago I picked up a game, Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle-earth 2. Now, I know Lord of the Rings games are fun, but they're not really valuable. But apparently this one is. I picked it up for $20. At the time, it was worth $45 to $50. But I checked on eBay a couple weeks ago, and apparently it sells for about $80. So I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, but I figured I'm going to take this opportunity, to go ahead and put it out there on eBay, get some money, and that way I can buy games that I do want. Which it took about a week, but it finally sold.
Now, how many games do you own exactly?
I believe I just reached 300 NES games today.
Wow. NES.
but-
So you're kind of like the angry video game nerd, kind of like what his new movie just came out, and I still can't believe that movie came out. That's amazing.
Take you back to the past, Tommy.
And he's one of the biggest reasons why I got back into retro gaming. Watching, I was sitting here at work one night, reminiscing about the good old, days when I used to, go home from school and just go straight home and play my video games. And so I started looking for some gameplay, came across his channel, and next thing you know, here I am retro game collecting. After watching his channel, Pat the NES Punk, which is actually kind of cool because I see him all the time.
So, have you seen the Angry Video Game Nerd movie then? I haven't seen that yet. What's your review on that?
I have seen it. It's not the greatest movie, but for fans of his, they will enjoy it. It's a little bit too long. It could have been maybe a half hour shorter than what it was.
Okay.
Now, do you feel like the angry video game nerd kind of sold out his character to Hollywood and just to make a movie and make a couple million? And
no, I don't think so, because as he was making movies with his friends when they were kids. He's been making movies all along, and that was always a dream of his to finally produce a full feature, major budget film. It might not have been a major budget film. I think he had about $400,000 invested. That I think he got from Patreon or some donation website that he got. So it was fan. It was basically the money was funded by fans in order for him to be able to actually make the movie.
Yeah, it was a fan-funded movie. It was not big Hollywood. He didn't have Hollywood even involved in it. He did it all himself, and that's what's impressive about it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's impressive, and he just had a daughter. You know that. The Nostalgia Critic actually revealed that he had a daughter.
Yeah. Speaking of the Nostalgia Critic, a couple of years ago for Comic-Con, he actually stayed here. I checked him into the hotel. I recognized the face. I couldn't figure it out, but then I finally realized, oh, okay, you're the Nostalgia Critic.
Sorry to break you in here for a second, though. Probably the most funniest thing, though, is when people start mentioning about a back credit card. It's like, a back credit card! And Jesus, after them right around the whole lobby. It's just so hilarious.
Yeah, somebody walked in and asked for a cigarette or a match.
You work at a hotel? You work at a hotel.
Yeah, I'm a night manager for a motel.
Okay, I'm not being rude here, but the thing is, do you have any stories for us from working at a hotel?
I do. I've been here for over 20 years. I got several stories.
Give me something funny, something cringy. Come on, just give me something.
As long as it's not like mine, where a black guy comes in and wants to give you a blowjob.
Actually,
I don't know. No. We should not cut the show, Tommy. Cut the show now.
Oh, ha ha ha!
No, I did graveyard shift for a hotel for 7 years, and that actually was one of the most bizarre thing out of everything that's happened since I worked there.
it does kind of suck working graveyard. But yeah, about 15 years ago, I was held up at gunpoint. Got robbed, and it turns out it was the son of a famous golfer, Billy Casper, who actually just passed away yesterday.
Oh.
His son was a drug addict, and he was robbing people to support his habit. And it was so ironic because the night before, as I was leaving work, I got pulled over by the cops, and they were asking where I was going, what I was doing, and I told them I was just leaving work, I'm heading home. And then they told me how the store next door, there was a Yum Yum Donuts, how it got held up. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And then the next night, here it is, a guy walks in here, asks if he's got a room, and next thing I hear is gun cocking. And yeah, it was quite an experience, having a gun to my back and just trying to get me to open up a safe, which I didn't have the keys to. And even if I did, I wasn't going to open it.
Wow. That must have been frightening for you, man. That must have been a moment that you went home and just hugged your parents or hugged your girlfriend and just were glad you were alive.
You're just being held like a hostage there, buddy. There's something bad about the... Does anybody here remember Speed? Just you got a little scenario here where you have 50 hostages. Gotta find some way to get them out of get them out of the division, out of the way or something. I forget.
Basically, he's on the bus and the bus driver can't slow down.
Yeah.
Or the bus is going to explode.
Oh yes. That was basically the main part of the whole movie, though. Was just because they armed this bus with they armed this bomb on this bus, and if it goes over 50, the bomb gets armed. But the moment it goes under 50.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
I did not like the sequel, though. I think the sequel was a really bad. It was just a terrible example of what made the first movie awesome. But that's just me. If some people like it, that's okay.
I'm sure Danny, the Cinestalker, might be a fan. He's a fan of big cheesy movies.
Yeah, honestly, I'll be honest with you, Fluffy Gamer. When I went out with those guys, if you watch the video, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was with them, and I was scared. Inside, I was shaking like a puppy dog.
Right. Hold on one second, guys.
Tommy, I'm just going to read out a comment really quick.
Sure.
It's by a guy called Dean McKinney, and he says, Fluffy Gamer equals a badass. And he says his question, we'll save his question for later, but he's saying that Fluffy Gamer's a badass.
Looks like Fluffy Gamer had to scoot off to do something real quickly. So, what's the question? Is it for Fluffy Gamer or me?
It's for you. He asks, what is your opinion of Liam Neeson and his movie The Grey?
I've never seen it. The Grave or the Gray?
Gray, like the color.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I really don't. I'm a movie.
I heard about this one, and although Mr. Rasmus, I'll give you my opinion about what I think of Liam Neeson's movies. Only one word: dark. That's all they are. They're dark, they're vague, and there always has to be something about Liam Neeson's movies. They always be dark, and they always have some dark twist to it and something. But that's as much as I can give you for Liam Neeson.
So, Fluffy Gamer, you said so you were held up at gunpoint. Was there any funny moments that happened to you when you were working at this hotel?
Yeah, there was I was working one night, and my buddy that owns the place, we were actually playing video games, and we heard a bunch of loud banging outside, and we walked outside, and there was these two guys like trying to destroy our sprinkler systems that we have set up. And so I went out there and confronted them and asked them what they were doing, and they were like, "Oh, we're taking this." I said, "No, you're not." And he goes, "Yes, I am. What are you going to do about it?" And next thing you know, me and my buddy start fighting with these two dudes in the middle of the street. And they are so out of their mind on drugs that they kept swinging, totally missing. So we were totally banging on them. And next thing you know, here comes a police woman driving up in her vehicle. They take off running. And the lady, the cop, she asked us, she goes, "Are you guys all right?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're good." And she goes, "Okay, well, just give us a call if you have any trouble." So she just takes off and goes on her way.
She didn't arrest the guys that were trying to steal the sprinkler system?
No. She saw it. They got dealt with.
Funny though.
Jeez. Now, what's the future for Fluffy Gamer channel? What exactly is your idea for your channel, the future?
Well, I'm going to continue making the videos. You know, when I worked with the Good Will Hunter channel, I was the one that was actually doing all the filming, all the editing, and my partner, he would just come in here and there. Like if I drove up to his place, which isn't close, it's, he lives about 90 miles away from here. So when I would go up to his place, he would obviously be in the film or in the videos. He very rarely went out and did hunting on his own, and if he did, he never like videotaped it. But for some reason now he was saying how he's a busy man and how he doesn't have time to make videos. But in the last week, he has made 5 videos. He's been very busy making videos. When apparently he's a busy person and he can't make all these videos, but now he's making all these videos. Which, when he does make a video, which was pretty rare, they are actually very entertaining. He's a very funny guy and fun to watch. And but the sad thing is, like, a lot of the people that were watching us, they liked our videos when we were together. The chemistry was there. It was like Abbott, Costello, and it was good content. So now that I'm not in the videos, it's kind of sad seeing him make his videos because he's trying really hard to be funny, but it's coming across as not. And so I don't know which direction he's taking it, but I don't wish anything bad on him. I wish him nothing but the best. But unfortunately he thinks my material sucks and I need to just quit. At least that's what he told me last night.
Oh, what even made me mad was I was watching, you shared something, you were a good sport about it. You said 50 episodes of Good Will Hunting, and
yeah.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like, this guy's mad at him, but he's still showing his ex-friend's stuff, and I'm like,
yeah,
man, he has a lot of balls to do that.
Yeah, the very first video
he was trying to act funny, but at the same time, the people just cringe, like, ugh, what is he doing? He's trying to act funny, but he's not.
No, seriously, I'm saying, Fluffy Gamer shared the video of.
I kind of poked a little jab at him too. I let everybody know that how he was celebrating 50 videos, but the funny thing is, he only made 3 of the videos. Which was the last 3 episodes, 48, 49, and 50. But when he made episode 47 on his own, I watched it, I enjoyed it, and I actually shared it on several video game and social pages on Facebook, telling everybody, check it out. You did a great job on this video. Just don't let him know that I told you guys that, because I don't want to boost his ego any higher than it already is.
Yeah. That's really good of you to do that, man. That's really good spirits of you. At the same time, to do that for your friend, your ex-friend, and once in a while we have friends that we disconnect from because we don't like them anymore.
Yeah.
And I have a similar situation like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it happens with everybody. Every now, it's going to happen to everybody at one point in time. Unfortunately, it sucks when it happens to be your best friend. Like when it did happen, Sean, Mr. Cool Duder, he actually hit me up in the Facebook Messenger asking me what was going on. I explained it to him, and he apologized. He said, he was sorry to hear all that stuff. And of course, he reminded me about him and MJ, and how, with our breakup, our friendship, reminded him and his breakup with him and MJ.
Yeah, that one was, I have to say, that one, if you remember from my number vlog, that one was so hard on me. I didn't get to show my emotion for that because I wasn't a YouTuber at the time. Like, I was on Facebook, and I was following his Facebook, and he put out there that him and MJ weren't going to be friends anymore, and that he didn't get invited to a wedding, and that he wasn't going to be with MJ. And then when I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, you mean Don and Murph are not going to be partners anymore? And then it broke my heart. I was like, oh my gosh, the guys that inspired me to be here on YouTube are not going to be together anymore. But Cool Dude is still good by himself. His channel. I asked him a good question the other day. And if you remember, I asked him the greatest question of all. His name is Cool Duder, but why does he call himself by his main name? And I asked that question, and Sean was just like, he was trying to give me an answer, but he was like, he didn't know, and I kind of put him on the spot.
I think that's probably because when he originally made the channel, he thought he would use the name Cool Duder, but decided not to eventually, to just call himself Chauncey Phillips.
Yeah. that is one of my biggest dreams right there, to be in a movie with him, to be in a B-roll
for
film
sure.
with him.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome.
Yes, it would. And I don't know if you heard my news, did you, man?
Is it what you told me in private?
I'm going to be on Tosh.0.
Oh, okay, yeah. I watched your. I don't think it was your last one, the one before you were talking about how you were going to be on there.
Yes.
I did watch that.
I also want to say to my viewers, I don't know the release date yet, but stay tuned. When I find out, you guys will be the first ones to know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love Tosh.0.
Yes, and I gave a few people shout-outs in there, a few of my good friends' shout-outs, people that inspired me. But so we're gonna kick into a different segment. What's our next segment?
Well, we can do the DVD lottery.
The what?
DVD lotto. God.
Okay, let me look through here. Do I have to close my eyes to look through this?
Well, you pick a random one.
I think you should just pick a random one. DVD lotto.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, thank you. I am not reviewing that film.
That's okay. The section.
Gotta be the next one.
Okay, here's the film.
What do we got there?
It's with just a second. Let me put this on.
The Hard Way.
With Michael J. Fox and who else?
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh, Michael J. Fox. He was one of my favorite actors growing up as a kid.
Okay, so basically, this movie.
I'm disappointed he had to have Parkinson's now.
This is one of my other favorite films, because Michael J. Fox plays a action star, and he does all this awesome stuff, but he wants to try out a new role. So he decides he wants to be a cop. So he hooks along with this guy, and this guy is just like tough, mean. He's just like, this cop is just in his ordinary situation, and he's just like, he hates this guy. You know, the other actor hates Michael J. Fox's character. So he tags along with him, and all this quirky stuff happens. Meanwhile, there's a killer on the loose that's shooting people, gunning people down. He's a Russian, and he's just shooting people. And one of the most odd scenes in this movie is when the Russian is just like, me to you, me to you, me to you. And he's just like, he's saying this over and over again, because the cop is just like, you know what, me to you, me to you. And then the Russian just is like, he pauses it, he records it, he's just like, me to you, me to you. So the film is ultimately good. Have you guys seen this movie?
I haven't seen that one yet.
I have not seen it.
No, neither have I.
I haven't. The only Michael J. Fox movie I might have seen is Back to the Future.
I'm going to suggest this movie. It's a comedy. It's a funny comedy. Michael J. Fox is in it, and I'm trying to think of the other actor's name. He's in there. I have a bad time with names. There's Michael J. Fox, and what's the other guy's name?
James Woods.
James Woods.
Oh, wow, that's a good James Woods.
Yeah, he's on Family Guy all the time.
Piece of candy. Piece of candy. Piece of candy. Okay, what's our next segments, guys? What's our next segment?
Well, we could do, there's already one question, one impression in the comments, if you want to do that.
Okay. Here's the thing, folks. I'm going to give that to my guest real quickly. He has one question and one impersonation. So, Fluffy Gamer, what do you got for me?
All right. Now, I just recently found out about you through Danny's video and Cool Duder's video, and of course, I watched yours after watching theirs, and I found out you were on that MTV show Made.
Yes.
How did you get on that show? Did you send in a request, or did they come to you?
Everybody asks me that question.
All right, well, we'll skip that one then. What happened to that? There was that kid that was supposed to help you produce that film that you were making. You know, you were like having it out with him because he wasn't doing what you were telling him to do. Whatever happened with that guy?
Josh basically, I think he moved away a while back ago. We patched things up. Josh was we were kind of having a problem because Josh would want to run off, and when his mom showed up, and he would complain about things. So If you want to know if that was staged, it was not staged. That was real life drama, where basically he didn't agree, and that when he should leave, and it wasn't like I was the boss. It wasn't like I was the director and pointing. You know, I didn't pay him to be there. It was volunteer work basically to make this film.
Yeah.
And so we patched things up, and I messaged him a while back ago because I thought about making a movie, but it never happened. And he said, "Oh, Tommy, I moved out of town. I can't help you, buddy." And so Josh has moved on with his life, and I think that's his name, Josh. It's been a while since I talked to him.
Right. Yeah. If you guys like made up or whatever, because he seemed like a cool guy. Maybe he had like his own little problems going on in life or something like that wasn't expressed.
What was your I hate to say this, but what is your all-time favorite scene from my Made episode?
I thought it was really cool how obviously you have a problem with reading and writing, and I thought it was really cool that you let everybody know, because a lot of people made fun of you. You're like the outcast. And I think with you opening up and letting people know, I think that let people in and maybe appreciated you a little bit more, knowing that you have this disability. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And I'll answer your other question. What happened was they said, stay after school. There's going to be a calling for a MTV's Made. You get to be on MTV's Made. I didn't know what MTV's Made was. So I called my mom and I said, "Mom, I'm going to stay after school." And she's like, "Why?" "Because there's this thing for MTV's Made. It's a reality TV show, and I know what it's about, but I want to be a part of it." She said, "Okay, I'll pick you up later." And so I stayed, and they had me come in, and she's like, "Well, what are your likes? What do you like?" And I said, "I like the Joker." And she's like, "Really?" She says, "Can you give me an impression?" And I laughed so hard, and I jumped at her, laughing and saying, "Why so serious?" And she jumped out of her chair, and then she's like, "What do you want to be made into?" And I'm like, "I want to be made into a movie director." So a couple years around Christmas time, they called me up, and they said, "Tommy, how would you like to be a filmmaker?" And I said, "Hell yeah." So they had a guy come out, film me, and then they shot the episode. After that, they greenlighted the show, and from here, now you know the rest of the story.
Right on.
Yeah,
And
they came to the school. They originally went with a different person, right, Tommy? They originally went with a girl and shot a video about her, and then they were going through footage a couple years later, and they saw you, and they were like, "We got to get this kid."
I wonder if I had
is all history.
The thing is, I wonder if I hadn't stayed after school, that wouldn't have happened for me. No one would have known who I was if I hadn't stayed after school that day. And there's a lot of if or buts that if what I would have done, would I got involved with YouTube earlier, would I had to grow my name. But I think because of I'll be honest with you, Fluffy Gamer, after that MTV Made experience happened and the cameras went away, I kind of got depressed.
Oh,
and
really?
in the midst of that, I think I was watching, Cool Duder and MJ going back and forth with their dramas and messing with us sometimes. And so I was watching the Nostalgia Critic also, and he inspired me. So from there, I just started making YouTube videos. And then what happened was all my videos got deleted a while back ago, and I restarted. And I started making videos, and Chris Perillo came along, and I started watching his videos. And then I said, okay, I'm going to start a vlog format. I'm going to start making a format of videos, like 10 minutes. 10 minutes of footage for each shot. Like, I'll do 1 second here, 1 second on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. And then I made the day vlogs, and I made the number vlogs, and I think I'm up to 83 right now, 83 vlogs right now, and I'll be coming up to 84 soon. That's going to be I'll be working on that soon. But
Tommy, here's a
yes?
good idea. When you finally reach 100, do something huge. Do something big for everybody that's subscribed to your channel. That's my tip of advice.
That's a big plan. I don't know what's going to happen, what's in the future for that. I would, if I found out that I got through.
But yeah, just for milestones though, Tommy, you should try doing something big, like make it be huge for everybody.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to try my best. If I can, whenever the Tosh.0 show comes out and I get through the 90s, if I've gotten to the 90s, I'll use that Tosh.0 thing when it airs on television. You know? Ooh.
Okay, so we got one question from Fluffy Gamer. Do you have an impression that you might like Tommy to do? He's pretty good with impressions. So.
Oh yeah. I know he does a good impression of Cool Duder. Do you do a good impression for what movie won?
Okay. Just a sec. I'm trying to remember this. Hey guys, it's me, What Movie 1 here, and we're gonna go hard up. So, we're back here in the store, and we're looking at some DVDs here, man. Oh my gosh, I just found this one with Sean C. Phillips, End of the Wars or something, Doomsday Wars. So, hey folks, we're back here in my house. I'm gonna go show you what I hoarded up on today. So, I basically got these amount of DVDs, and I just want to show you. So, guys, I'll see you later.
Nice.
How'd that sound?
That was great. Tommy, we got another really good one question, one impression. The question is The Last of Us or Resident Evil? Fluffy Gamer might like this one. That's a tough question.
I think that's for the PS4, the Xbox One. So I don't have any of those systems. I don't have any of the newer generation systems.
Oh wow. I can comment on The Last of Us. I mean,
really good.
Last of Us was great. It blew me away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get to cut you off here for a sec. I think that's for PS3 because Last of Us was made for PS3 as well, besides PS4. But
yeah, I will say that, like now that I've updated to the PS4, you know, there's a lot of my friends, you know, buying The Last of Us again, and I'm like, I don't know, you know, I already bought it once, so I'm not going to buy it twice just to play it on another system.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, to answer the question, both games were awesome. Resident Evil's great too.
I'll be honest with you. The Doom movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it wasn't that good, really.
No.
It didn't give me that feel of. I saw bits and pieces of it, but the end of it, I watched it. I was just like, you know, they don't even. The whole thing about Doom is it's a first-person shooter. You don't see the guy. You know, it's just you see a gun in front of you. That's all you see.
Ooh.
They should have made the whole movie like that.
What's the impression with that?
But and that guy's impression that he'd like you to do, and I think this is going to be a great one. This Inspector Gadget.
Oh, you already got the outfit.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Doom.
Oh, just a second.
1 and 2.
Here's for Gadget. Go Gadget hand. Uh-oh. Go Gadget.
Wowzer. Go Gadget Chopper. Oh dear.
Sorry to say this, sorry to be inappropriate, but I wonder if at any point, you know, it was like, you know, Inspector Gadget didn't want to get dirty, so he was just like, go Gadget dildo.
You know what I've always wondered? I just wonder what kind of horrible accident did Inspector Gadget get into that they had to, you know, rebuild him all robotic and out of machinery.
Well,
he must have been in some horrible car crash.
They explained that in the movie, the first movie.
If you remember from the movie Inspector Gadget with that's a lot of fish. The actor was in
Matthew Broderick. Matthew
Broderick. Yes, Matthew Broderick played Inspector Gadget. The movie was, you know, but you never see Claw. But the thing is, they show you Claw's face in the movie, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm like, and the thing about it with Claws, he looked like a freaking zombie in the movie, like in the not in the movie, but in the come on a second, Fluffy Gamer. What was your favorite? Did you ever have like a favorite Inspector Gadget episode?
Not really. I enjoyed watching all of them. I mean, I don't really. It's been so long since I've seen an episode, but I did enjoy watching them. I watched a lot of them.
Did you ever enjoy the movie?
His name Penny or something like that. They had their little dog. It's been so long since I've seen that cartoon.
Have you seen the? Did you ever see the movie?
I did see it.
Now, would you agree with me that the movie was kind of like, because it was like everything about the movie kind of blew. The whole Inspector Gadget thing with Claw,
I was surprised they actually made a part 2.
Only interesting part, Tommy, is remember seeing Yahoo sign funny down.
What did Mark say? He's talking very.
I remember seeing the Yahoo sign funny on the roadside because Yahoo was quite big. Yahoo was big in that movie. That was the sponsor of the movie.
Oh yes, I didn't. The one thing I didn't realize about that scene was the plug that Yahoo was getting, and when it was said Yahoo, and I'm like, plug number 1. And, if you look through the old 90s movies, you could spot these old plugs that they give for companies, these big company names. And it's so funny how it's so easy to spot big company names in movies like that,
Product placement.
You know what? I think it's funny. Yahoo went to all the trouble to get a plug in an Inspector Gadget movie, but no one uses it anymore.
Oh, does anybody here remember Bruce Almighty? How they actually, instead of Yahoo, they used it. They made Yahoo instead or something like that. It's like, I need to find I need to get a code or a password.
We got another impression, Tommy.
We must.
Yes. What's the question?
Somebody wants to know if you can do Stone Cold before I stomp a mud hole in your ass, in your butt. I mean.
Okay. Stone Cold, welcome to the Stone Cold podcast, and I want to say here on what was it? What do you guys know his name for his podcast? Podcast 1. Okay, I'm here at the Broken Skull Ranch, and I'm podcast 1 right now. If you want to represent me, go to Stone Cold Steve Austin's webpage, and you leave me a question, I'm gonna stop a mud hole in your ass. How's that sound?
That was great.
Hey Tommy, we got another combo of question and impression. The question is, what is your favorite Keanu Reeves movie?
Keanu Reeves. Oh, Keanu. To be honest, Keanu is not my favorite actor. Reason why is he's kind of, after he was in the biggest blockbuster film in the world, and the reason why people kind of hate on this film, The Matrix, I'm not saying I like The Matrix, but Keanu Reeves kind of, wait a second, that's the same person, am I right? I just got my people.
No, you're right. You're right.
It's the same person. Keanu Reeves was in The Matrix.
Okay, Keanu Reeves kind of fell out, and he went into directing. Okay, that's good. But the fact is after that, he was never seen in any other films.
He did do a good movie. It's called The Scanner Darkly. Check it out, everybody. Real cool video style there. Who else is in it? Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves. It's a good movie.
Now, to be honest,
I worked at the movie theater, Tommy. He actually starred in 2 movies that I know of so far. One was 47 Ronin, and another one that just came out this October was called John Wick, and he was the main character, John Wick.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Keanu Reeves is one of those actors that's just like, he can't really tell that he's that character. You just say, oh, that's Keanu Reeves being Keanu Reeves. And, his acting skills are sometimes not up to par, in my opinion. It's just like, it's when I watch an actor, I say, okay. For instance, the character, the guy it played, Frank Underwood. Trying to remember his name. You guys remember the actor? If you guys are watching Netflix, you should know. I should know it too, but it just slips my mind. Anthony, would you know? Or Fluffy Gamer, would you know? Don't you? Do you watch Netflix?
No, I don't have Netflix.
Well, the actor plays it as Frank Underwood. He does an amazing job. I believe he's this different character. I don't think that he's the actor at all. But with Keanu Reeves, I'm not convinced sometimes when he acts. It's just like watching a cardboard. It's kind of like watching John Cena act.
All right, Tommy, let's see you act like Keanu Reeves. The impression to go with the question was Neo bullet time from The Matrix.
Okay.
Okay, Tommy, it's Kevin. Oh my gosh. Tommy, it's Kevin Spacey.
Look at that.
Tommy, Kevin Spacey for House of Cards, Frank Underwood, House of Cards.
Oh yes, Kevin Spacey. There's my Mark is my what you would say. He basically search up information. If I don't know it, Mark looks it up for me and he tells me the name. Of course, we have to remind Mark after 2 seconds after we've done with the topic, he kind of can drop it, but it's all right if he wants to say it, because there's been situations in the past where we're talking about a subject and Mark just says, "Oh, it was this topic in this movie, Tommy." But Mark, let me tell you something.
Sometimes, Tommy, I can't get a word in.
Do we have any impressions? Do we have any questions?
There's
you guys,
two more,
I don't want to keep.
We got
For the Fluffy Gamer, is there any questions for the Fluffy Gamer? Because I don't want to, he's at work right now, so I don't want to.
Here's one that Fluffy can answer. Clint Eastwood versus Godzilla. Fist fight. Who wins?
Obviously, Godzilla would win.
I agree. Clint Eastwood's an old man.
Although he is a great actor.
Clint Eastwood is just too old, and Godzilla never ages. Because Godzilla just have DNA blood for thousands of years. Clint Eastwood, no.
Be honest, Clint Eastwood was just directed that movie, American Sniper, and I want to say that film really got to me. That film, I have never seen a theater so quiet in my life. Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it, Fluffy Gamer?
Yeah, actually, one of my co-employees, he actually had a screener for it, so he let me borrow it.
I went to go see it, Tommy. My mom actually wanted me to go see it, but I decided to take along with her just to go see it as well. I wasn't but I decided to go see it with her just in case.
I'm curious, with you working at a hotel, do you get a lot of celebrities coming into your hotel?
I get a lot of MMA fighters because there's a MMA fighter studio around the corner, so they put a lot of their fighters over here.
Any WWE wrestlers?
No. Some baseball stars. Can't think of any offhand, but...
Have you ever had an oddball question from a customer, particularly?
I just had one the other day, but I can't remember what it was. It was really weird. And I remember telling her, I was like, wow, I've been here for over 20 years and I've never heard that before. But unfortunately, I don't remember what it was.
Have you ever had somebody come up to you and say, "Excuse me, sir, do you know where I could find the nearest heroin dealer or a drug dealer?" Have you ever had that?
Yeah. I've had some people ask me if I know where they could score some weed.
Like he has a stack of business cards for drug dealers.
Yeah, you're going to want to go see Donnie. Here's his card.
Now, just remember, in order to talk to Donnie, you have to put this pink outfit on, a pink bunny costume on, because Donnie only sees in colors. So the thing is, you have to wear this bunny costume because he doesn't like other colors. He just likes the color pink. So if you're wearing pink, don't worry, he'll give you the stuff, And Donnie's a bit freaky. He may ask you to dance for him.
Tommy, let's say we sweep the floor of all the impressions. There's one straggler left. Want to hear it?
Okay, sure. What's the impression?
All right, the impression is of the Why So Serious scene, but if Elmo was doing it.
Okay. You ready?
This is going to be good.
My father was a drinker and a fiend. One night he comes home, crazier than ever. Mommy grabs the kitchen knife to defend herself. Daddy does not like that. Not one bit. So he turns to me and he says, "Why so serious?" And looks back to me and sticks the blade in my mouth. And let's put a smile on that face. Sorry.
Oh, come on, Mom. That was a great impersonation.
That was really good mix.
I'm sorry. I can't keep it in. I just can't keep it in. Oh.
Did I get it right or did I get it wrong? Because
I just know Elmo would not act that serious like the Joker would. I'm sorry.
It sounded a little like Gollum as well. There's a little Gollum in there.
Gollum.
Okay, guys, I got another impression for you.
No, we need to get my Precious. No, we need to get Precious back.
Okay, guys,
What
here's my
you drinking,
impression
Tommy?
of Gollum ordering a pizza. Hello, excuse me. I would like to order a pizza. What topping? I'd like to order some wings, my precious. What?
No, Precious
topping?
don't need rings. Precious don't need rings.
That's my impression of Gollum trying to order a pizza with rings on it.
I tried to go sneak in some Smeagol there, Tommy. I'm sorry.
What you
Okay,
drinking, Tommy?
what else? Let me think here. Fluffy Gamer, if you want to give yourself a plug about your channel, you can.
Oh, right on, cool. Yeah, check me out. Just do a search on YouTube for Fluffy Game. You'll see me right up the top, right where I belong.
So what else is there, guys, on the show for the agenda?
Well, we're getting pretty close to the time you usually wrap things up.
Yeah, there is one more comment before we go, Tommy. Somebody wants to know if speaking of all this Batman and Joker stuff, if Ben Affleck didn't take the role of Batman, who else do you think would play him?
You know who I'd like to see come back and do the role again?
Who's
The
that?
guy from the Tim Burton movie. I'd like to see Michael Keaton. Guys, I want to see Michael Keaton back in that role. An old Batman? Oh, God. That would be epic. And you know the fact is...
God, yes! An older Michael Keaton playing Batman.
Here's the thing. Michael Keaton would be fresh for it because Michael Keaton's just doing another superhero movie. He's doing the movie Birdman. And I can tell you what, to put Michael Keaton back in the Batman role, like, my gosh, I'm like, the Ben Affleck? Really? Really? Ben Affleck?
No! Ben Affleck terrible
Daredevil.
Batman.
Oh my gosh.
We're already going ape shit over just, Ben Affleck is Batman, no!
I wonder if Jane Silent Bob's going to be in there.
Fluffy Gamer, what was your opinion on Ben Affleck becoming Batman? That them picking Ben Affleck.
No, I don't see it working, but I'm kind of curious to see if it does work. Yeah, because all I think about is the movie Daredevil. He was a horrible superhero in that movie.
Yes, that is pretty much why people don't really want him to be Batman either. Was Daredevil? Oh God.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Let's not talk about that. Let's just leave that in the past and leave it there and just pretend we never saw it.
Yeah, I got a great question. It's a real quick one. Everybody can answer this one.
I never heard of it.
Here's a question for everybody. If you had to choose between missing the first 15 minutes or the last 15 minutes of every movie of your life that you ever see again, what would you pick?
The first 15 minutes for me. It's all about the ending.
I would pick the last 15 minutes. For me, it's all about where the story starts.
I couldn't do that because
What's
I'm
the
the
first
kind of
item?
guy.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Be honest.
I'm pretty sure it would be different for every movie I watch.
Here's the thing. With my opinion on that is I can't do it. I have to watch the first beginning just to find out where this character is going. Where is the character coming from? I have to know.
Yeah.
It goes from A to C to B, and I can't just be at C. I can't just be at C. I have to get back to A.
What happens if you've seen the movie before?
Well, okay, I'll give you that.
I have one. I have one for you guys, but I'm gonna have to jump in here because otherwise I won't get a word in anywhere. Been trying the whole episode. Anyways, first 15 minutes of a movie. It's a movie I really, really like, but yet you could miss the first 15 minutes of this movie. I'll give you a hint. It involves a little girl named Dorothy.
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz
yes,
has the longest intro. I think it's probably about 15 minutes long, and it's just they put the credits at the beginning of the movie.
Probably by the 15-minute marker, Anthony, they're already in Oz. That's pretty much it. It's like the first 15 minutes, the whole movie's in black and white, and then all of a sudden, bam, we're in Oz.
There's no music at the beginning.
No, it's got a really long music, and all the credits, instead of normally where they put it at the end of the movie, they're all at the beginning of the movie. And so they go through this credit roll for about 15 minutes of the first part of the film.
Yeah, I got a quick tidbit of info about credits at the start. You know how George Lucas did the credits for the start of Star Wars, or the end? I mean, both of those things, the start and the end. He was part of something called the Guild of Directors, and it was basically an association of directors, and you had to adhere to certain rules. They said, you can't do that, George. So he said, all right, I'm out of here. He left the Guild of Directors so he could do make his movie his way.
Yeah, you kind of messed up with the first, the prequels. I don't think you should have made them.
Yeah, he was out of his prime. Getting a little senile, I think.
Although Revenge of the Sith was pretty cool to see how it connected with the original, episode 4. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, to be honest, with George Lucas, the beginning of the series of Star Wars, what's interesting is they did it right in the middle of the series. I never understood that. Like, why did they wait to start your chapter 4? And then go and then make part 1 to show you how everything started. And, like, mind-boggling. It's like, wait a minute, so you're telling me halfway into a book you're reading, a book series, you're going to start at part 4?
Yeah.
You're going to open the book and read it, and then you're going to start creating more of the material down the road for the movies? Wouldn't it be better to start at part 1? I think that would have been more epic, wouldn't you say?
I think it would have bombed.
I know, it was back in the day, and it was the 80s when the first Star Wars film came out, and here it is, 2015.
If you think about it, I mean, granted, he was always planning on doing episode 1, 2, 3, which is why he started with 4, 5, and 6. But if you think about it, if he never did 1, 2, and 3, episodes 4, 5, 6 could have just been, episodes 1, 2, and 3.
And I think the next one's going to be great. It's going to have Mickey Mouse all over on the side of the Millennium Falcon. There's going to be a Mickey Mouse head with little ears right on the side for the the symbol.
Yeah, I have faith in J.J. Abrams though. I have faith in him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he'll put a lot of lens flare.
Hey guys. If I could, I would want to have the what's the Millennium Falcon? I want to have the Millennium Falcon covered with Mickey Mouse ears. But of course, though, I couldn't because it's copyright infringement to Disney. So I had to do one important decision: sell the whole franchise to Disney, and I come up with $4.0 million amount of dollars. Mr. George Lucas, you can't give that amount of money on here. Oh, I come up with a reasonable amount of money. I mean, a big amount of money.
Oh, jeez. But honestly, there's going to be a lot of lens flare, as I've heard from J.J. Abrams. But,
yeah, I was about to say he's going to flare that show up.
Okay. I know you probably want us to let you go, but one question I'm going to ask you before you go. What's your opinion? Two questions, actually. What's your opinion on the trailer for Star Wars and Jurassic World?
You
The
asking me?
newest one. Yeah, I'm asking you.
I'm definitely anxious to see the new Star Wars movie. Jurassic Park, I was always a fan, even of Part 3, even though a lot of people didn't like it. So the trailer, it looks really good. I'll definitely be going to see it in the theater. I have Jurassic Park on Blu-ray in 3D, and it is freaking awesome.
Oh my gosh.
If I give my quick 2 cents though, Tommy,
What's that?
I don't really want to.
You know what? I'm excited. I'm excited.
But I have 2 other movies in mind though. I want to go see Furious 7, even though Paul Walker passed away and they were in the middle of shooting it. And the second one, of course, is Terminator Genesis, because Arnie, of course, is in the movie. He's always in every Terminator movie.
Excuse me?
And he's still come on, he's awesome. It's Terminator, Tommy. Don't be a hater to Terminator.
Okay, let me get something straight with this. Okay, here's what happens. You make several other films, and then what do? You go back, and then you say completely Terminator 1, Terminator 2, knocking off Terminator 3, the only good Terminator films ever.
Tommy, here's the thing: they're gonna finally change the timeline. This one is definitely gonna make the timeline be completely inevitable. Like, we don't need to have all these movies tie in. We don't need the old ones tying in with the newer ones. We don't need that anymore. It's gonna be like, no.
Oh, okay. Understand. So, Anthony, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Anthony?
As far as movies, I can't wait to see that new movie. What's it called? Oh yeah, Velociraptor Whisper. I can't wait to see that.
So guys, thank you for watching another awesome episode of Tommy Talks. Just want to let you know that I'm going to be starting a new segment in the show where I record parts of the behind the scenes and send it out to you as the patrons. And I just want to say thank you to the newest patrons that have just joined our Tommy Network. Anthony, who are those patrons exactly? Anthony? Anthony?
Hold on.
Just a second. Sorry about that, folks.
Alrighty, let's see who we got here. Let's go ahead and give all the patrons a shout out. We got Chris Harrison.
$50.
Yeah, he came in on the big one. Of course, we got Mark Heider. Well, me.
Unknown.
And Duncan. Those are our newest ones since last week's show.
Thank you, folks. Thank you for donating, and that's my shout-out for you guys. And you guys will be getting more material soon. And thank you for supporting the channel for the Patreons. Become a Patreon. Go to patreon.com/TommyNC2010. Support the channel. Help me make the channel more awesome and more epic, more materials, and help me do things that can help the channel and lift it. And folks, go check out the Fluffy Gamer. Go check him out. I'm not just saying after this. After I'm done with my
And I got one more point on the Patreon thing. We are working right now in the works to create a new show that's part of the Tommy Network that will be patron exclusive only content. We're still working out the details to figure out what we're going to do, but we're going to have a patron-only show coming soon in the future.
So the people that have become patrons, recent patrons, you will get that. You will be a part of that. So we will have a show where maybe you can come in and you guys can tune in, ask questions, and I'll be sitting down. It won't be like this where I'm standing up. and my glass is empty. My jar is empty. But thank you for watching, folks. This has been the most epic show ever. Fluffy Gamer, I'm telling you right now, go check him out. You need to go check him out. So as always, folks, I'm Tommy NC 2010, and I'm keeping you on the inside. Fact.
I'm fingering you, Tommy. I'm fingering you.